platforms? Yes, they do, and they use it. They use it to sell those analytics. Now, currently, we're talking about a new law that allows ISPs to sell your history to individual companies, not just to the Googles and the Facebooks, the big ones, but actually put it out there on market, available to any marketer who wishes to purchase that information. So are they doing this behind the scenes? We all know that to be true now, especially with the recent election, with the involvement of other countries, with the purchasing of ads through special groups. It's obvious what's going on today, and this has become a major problem, and maybe something we didn't think was there, but now we're starting to really see how deep this goes. My fourth book was supposed to be called Tower of Babel, a study in cognitive dissonance, and I've had that laid out as part of this original trilogy of books. I jumped over that book and got to this documentary, in which another book is coming out called Rock, Paper, Pixels, because it just started moving so fast. It would have taken me forever to get through the fake news research to write the book about how fake news and fake information and the marketing has taken over the truth of the structure. So I did the documentary instead.
We're sure happy you do. Social media companies, app makers, and value add. We did that. What is this app? Costs charge on taking their parents' money, just spend it away. Did we talk about that already?
Yeah, but I want to see. Here's what I'm going to do. See 74?
Yeah.
What happens to the children that don't belong to the herd? Cyberbullying. I'm going to switch that with that's going to go before what is the herd worth. You know what I mean? And okay, so now I see I'm going to tie these four things together. But let me see 75.
It looks
Okay.
like if we tie
75 ramps up nicely to nasty.
yeah, so let's do 72 and tie in 74 and then take a break and then we'll get to nasty.
70. Oh, okay. Yeah. The bottom is 72, right?
Yeah, do the bottom of 72,
Yeah, okay.
which is spend away,
Yeah.
herd bullying, and then we'll
Yeah.
take a break after that.
Good luck. Oh, so good timing. It's not bad because we can get, since this isn't 1111 each number, and we only have 125 left, we may only have 25 of these left.
Yeah, I think we probably have another 40-minute session,
Yeah.
maybe another 140 and 120, depends.
Yeah.
I like to stop at every 40, but we're
Oh yeah, that too, right?
No, but it's going. They told me to take the door off, and it'll have longer time. So we're at 47 now. We're not overheating yet. So,
Okay.
but I think it's just a good mentally time to stop.
Okay.
So
Will
it's-
you get a warning when it's going to overheat?
Yeah, it gives me like a shutting off in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
So let's
do this.
it'll take a
All right.
break. Okay.
Yeah. I want to do that so bad before I start this. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. One of the points that's been made throughout is the concept of the herd, and how these young people want to belong to the herd. Every generation wants to belong to their herd. Every group in society wants to belong to their tribe, to be with the cool kids, to do the things that they do. So yes, and you want them too. No one wants to see their kid shut out of a group activity. So the phone you buy is the better one. The plan you buy for the phone is the better one. It's their connection, and we get that. Their place in the herd has always been challenged since the days of, the 1950s and James Dean. And what are you rebelling against, Johnny? What do you have? Yes, we get it. The whole thing has always been there. The point is how much of this has been preyed upon by marketers, the position of the herd. How much of this has been preyed upon in this bullying atmosphere that is now kind of so clandestine, so catfished, so behind the scenes and so lethal. Today, more than ever. I just saw a great meme the other day of an old black and white photo of two kids duking it out in a dirt lot, saying this is how we used to settle fights when there was no place behind the screen to hide. And cyberbullying at that level, it's horrible that it's created suicide. It's just horrible what it's done to these kids' self-esteem. Worse than that, what it's done to a country's self-esteem, what it's done to a country's belief system, and that's really where self-esteem comes from. If you believe in yourself innately because you've been nurtured to believe in yourself, it's been reinforced, not left to the group to reinforce. Think about the difference between being home with someone or being in those early years with someone or being outside of the house and having to have that group's approval. Think about how much that affects. Now take that and put it on a global scale where you're on a social network and you're getting flamed, you're getting torn up, and how quickly you feel like you don't believe to that only group, you don't belong there, to that only group that you identify with. Is it collateral damage? I think it's worse than collateral damage. I think it's part and parcel and really, really not cared about. You know, years ago when you had cars like the Pinto, and the Pinto would explode if it was rear-ended, that's how poorly it was designed. Companies like Ford said, okay, well, if we have to pay out this much to how many people may die in that collision, let's weigh it against reworking the Pinto. And if the numbers were better, that's how they made their decision. To me, today, the same mentality is being invoked. Okay, we're going to cyberbully. How much of us are going to get sued? Now that we have these strange laws coming into place, where net neutrality is going to go away, where ISPs get to sell history, where you can't sue in class actions against banks, where we did away with the Consumer Protection Agency's laws, the EPA. Good God, where are we headed? You think you're going to explain how this poor child felt so upset and so bullied and so humiliated that they took their own life to someone who doesn't know that the interweb isn't a connection of pipes or water? You think you're going to explain to them how horrible that presence was? I think it's a new time, a new generation, new effects, and this is part of the collateral damage of the new digital economy and needing and building and nurturing that consumer. And scene. That was good.
We're going to shut down.
Yeah.
We're shutting down.
Okay, so pick up at 75.